well aware that he is working with Aerodyne right now, one of our biggest companies in Malaysia, very popular. I can say, is it about unicorn level, right, Doctor?
Kalau ikutkan revenues, I can say that maybe I can share a little bit lah later on.
Yes. Okay. So let's this session start. But if you all have any questions, you can always raise your hands, or you can type your questions on the chat box. Okay. So this session will be from 3 to 4. Then 4 to 4:30, we're going to have a very questionnaire sessions. You can ask a lot of things from him, and don't forget to take your notes. Okay, maybe he's going to come up with a quiz, or we never know. Maybe we can have some sort of prize like a tour in Aerodyne ataupun dapat free drone we never know kan. Alright, so let's pass these sessions to Dr. Afnizan. Please, Doctor.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum to everyone and a very good days. The format for today's actually I want to give some sharing je lah of the experience and whatnot. I'm not planning to have slide, but yet this morning I have another sessions with another groups, and I believe that that slides may be relevant for this session as well. So I guess that would be good if I can share it. And again, come back to the format. I believe in two-way communications rather than I just talk, and you just hear absorbing and as well as take notes. So I'm going to have spend around half an hour sahaja untuk give this give the sharing sessions. Again, the rest would be 1 hour or half an hour or 1 hour can have Q&A. And since you guys, I believe that Mr. Rizal or Mr. Saiful, Mr. Saiful.
Rizal.
Okay, yep. I know you by the name of Rizal lah. And okay, I believe that most of here I can say that having a business and having an entrepreneurship mindset, and as well as in fact having some revenue already. I believe that you have a lot of things that you want to ask lah. So just take these sessions as like something that if you want to ask, I try my best to answer lah. Okay, anta tanya, ana jawab lah. Okay. So alright. So now let me show something. I believe that even though Aerodyne is killer nowadays, but I don't know whether you have a chance to know a little bit about Aerodynes and whatsoever. Okay, wait. Okay, all right. For today's the session is about I 4.0 product development and marketability. So before we go into that particular topics, let me share a bit about myself. Orang kata tak kenal maka tak cinta. Rizal, do we have any friends, audience, or all of us are Malaysians?
Yes, all of us are Malaysians and all of us are still single.
Okay.
No worries. Still young.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yep.
Masuk Dr. Adib sekali young.
Yes, semua masih young lagi.
Okay.
No worries.
Okay, alright. So boleh campur-campur rejak pasal mbok sikit lah ni Boleh
boleh.
Cakap bahasa Melayu, bahasa Inggeris
Yes.
Okay, alright. So this is my name, Afnizanfaizal Abdullah. Terlalu long, too long to pronounce. You can call me Faizal, shorter but still nice. So it's good to know you guys. And currently I'm holding 2 positions: Chief Technology Officer of Aerodyne, located in Cyberjaya, Malaysia, and also holding as a CEO and co-founder of Synapse Innovations in Berhad. The reason being adalah the company that I established in 2019, which is Synapse Innovation Sdn Bhd, has been recently acquired by Aerodyne, and we becoming the subsidiary of Aerodyne now. And as you know, that Aerodyne is focusing on the drone technology and drone services. On our side, we complement Aerodyne in such a way that we providing the data technology part. So we are developing a new product for Aerodynes, and from there we are going to bring Aerodynes into the next steps, which is to embark on the data intelligence. And this is my emails and my number. You can reach me out anytime. Inshallah, I try my best to answer it and to respond back and whatnot lah. So this is Aerodyne by numbers. As you know, as you can see right now, this is the performance that we have. Just to let you know that Aerodyne started in 2014, and moving forward today, we are the first the first drone technology company in the world. Okay. And along the way, we have 560,000 critical assets that we manage. And this includes the power lines, which is 380, as well as wind turbine, 7,300, solar panel, 700, Stelco, 9,000. And also, this is the thing that we are doing right now. And currently, we are operating in 35 countries, which each of the country have our office there lah. We have an office in Washington, D.C. We have an office in Washington, D.C., also in Santiago, in UK, London, and Dubai, as well as India, China, Tokyo, and Perth, and also in New Zealand. So, but our heart, our souls is still in Malaysia, which is our HQ in Cyberjaya. So Aerodynes have been established by Mr. Kamarul, our CEO and our founder, and he is a Kelantanis, I believe, and I'm inspired by his work and how he managed to bring Aerodynes into the global levels. Just to let you know that before this, I'm from UTM. I worked in UTM since I finished my PhD 2013, and I work as senior lecturers and with a permanent job. And then 2019, I have this company, Synapse Innovations, as our company. We have a first project with Petronas and whatnot. And then I establishing my entrepreneurship mindset during that day. Starting from that day, and then 2021, last year, I able to meet Mr. Kamarul in person, and he sharing with me about his visions and whatnot, and our plan to become to get IPOs in 2 years' time. And from there, I believe that it's better for me to join him rather than I still maintaining my teaching career. So then here I am, the CTO of Aerodynes, and currently my operating office. I have 2 operating office. One is in HQ in Cyberjaya, and another one at Medini, Johor Bahru. So I'm moving back and forth from these 2 offices. 1 week in Cyber, another week in Medini, and in order to maintain our developments, our operations, and whatnot. But I never been so happy, alhamdulillah, and I believe that I just made the right decisions. So that's how I start my journey until today lah. Okay. So taking back the question from Mr. Rizal just now regarding the unicorns, I believe that from here, I guess you can get the answer lah. Okay. So for Aerodynes, our mandate here is on the DT3, which is the drone technology, the data technology, and also digital transformations. And yet, Mr. Kamarul's vision, he's still I believe so, because I have frequent meeting with him, and he still believes that Aerodyne is still startups. So we work as a startup mindset, but we are working globally. So I hope that this company here today will become one like us. I mean, maybe you are become better than us, inshallah. And we believe that the opportunity is out there. Okay, limitless. All right. So, taking the context of product developments and marketability, this is something that we at Aerodyne look into on the drone operational challenges. So we empathizing the pain point of drone operations, which is also what we have experienced right now. So in the drone operations, we have steps like this one. We have 1 until 6 steps. So starting from gathering requirements and also preparing the flight plans and missions. This is where the first challenge come into the picture, where every project always need high operational times to decide flight plan, including regulations and resource allocations. So imagine that we have a client, okay, like one of those, and from there we get the requirements for them. For example, telco tower, how many telco tower that we want to inspect, and how many what is the thing that we want to inspect at the end. So from here we need to understand what our clients need, and then after that we go into this preparing the flight plans. And definitely in Malaysia, there's in many countries including Malaysia, there are already regulations already taking care of these the flight operations. So that means we need to make sure that we follow the regulations and whatnot. For example, how many UAV pilot that we are going to deploy, how many drones that we are going to deploy, how many what type of drones that we are going to fly. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So this is the first challenge. Okay, and then the second challenge is about flying the drones and also downloading the data. So most of the UAV pilots usually require huge amount of data to be collected by the drones, and by then spending a lot of time to select the right data for them to choose. So every flight, for example, telco tower, when they are going to get around 10,000 of images of data, and from there not all data are good to go, so they need to select manually and whatnot lah. And next is on the next challenge is performing the data analysis and also delivering the reports. So the analysts that we have in Aerodyne always use a lot of time to perform analysis like 3D mesh, digital twin and whatnot, and always take longer time to deliver reports to clients. So this is something yang I guess most of the drones service company having this challenge lah. So this is pretty much the solutions that we provided to our clients. So we identify the problems, which is the for example inspecting the power grids, and for these examples also the telco towers, as you can see in at your right hand side, and also on the agriculture part, power lines, as well as the oil and gas vertical infrastructures. So our platforms, our AI platforms, able to predict the structure and the defect near real time, and by that we able to deliver to our clients in the form of customized report lah. So this is something that we deliver to our clients globally, and this is something that we managed to have this global status for our company. So looking back to CNETs, on the other hand, we have this platform that we run on the clouds, and from there we able to have this our AI to run on the cloud, and from there we able to help Aerodynes, especially into performance, accuracy, and whatnot. So looking back in the corporate perspective, I believe that this is how the supply and demands come into the picture. We have something that we can offer to our client, our potential investor and whatnot. And from there, if the clients, the demand found that it's available for them, then they're definitely going to buy it. So in our case, Aerodyne bought Synapse, so they see some value from us. So yeah, so so pretty much it, I guess. So looking back on how we developing the technology, and as well on the part of make it do the solving the users problems, or the client problem, or the investors problems. So let's come into the marketability. So in the part of the marketability, we need to see that our products are marketable enough. So from there, there should be a very good use cases, a very good UI UX, a very good explanatory platform that our client expect to get. And this is the first thing that our clients would like to see. Okay, so in our business models, we are going to have this 2 or 3 months POC, okay? Proof of concept. So we have our product and we show to our clients, and our client ask for some little bit of customizations. So we use these 2 or 3 months to do the customizations to fit our clients' needs, and then they seal the deal, and from there we able to get these projects contracts lah. So this is the current directions that Aerodyne is doing. But now we are moving into more product oriented, in such a way that we are going to produce a platform that can be signed up by public, and from that the user able to get the value in terms of data, the database, what the data that they want, and can use the software as a service. So we are planning to have this AI cloud-based platform for data intelligence, performing in the SaaS models. So on the part of marketabilities, what we're doing basically is we knock the door of our clients, and also we engage with the clients, and from that we able to get the first meeting and the first discussion and whatnot. So the funnels, the marketing funnels that we get from here is from the engagement with the clients directly. It's nothing much different compared to Synapse before we've been acquired, because we also do the same thing. We knock the door of our potential clients, do some presentations, and we show some potential solution for them. They buy it, and then we do this POC, and then we bring the solutions to them. But the difference here is Synapse Innovations in Berhad, before the acquisitions, we're focusing on manufacturing. And as we acquired the post acquisitions, what we do right now, alhamdulillah, we have to Saudi, as well as some potential business along with our partners in Saudi. And from there, we are going to tackle the manufacturing sectors in that regions. So basically, we not do much in Malaysia, unfortunately, because we just follow where the clients ask us, demand us to be there lah. So that's happening in Synapse right now. So dia macam mengikut jejak langkah our parent company lah. Okay, insyaAllah. Okay, from there, I guess that's all for me. Come back to you, Mr. Bizar.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Faizal, for some brief on Aerodyne and Synapse. Okay, let's make it into Q&A sessions. I believe that many of you want to ask something related about product development, then after that goes to marketabilities, right? So some of you here is focusing on still focusing on product development, and some of you here are already into the market. So so please, if you have any questions, you can straight open your mic and ask questions to Dr. Faizal.
Assalamualaikum Doktor.
Waalaikumsalam.
Nama saya Haris.
Okay.
Saya buat satu smart device untuk goalkeeper dalam game bola sepak.
Okay.
Okay, so macam tadi doktor ada tunjuk one of your client is TNB ya.
Yes.
Okay, so macam JLC ni is notorious lah for startup untuk masuk and then present a new thing. They're notorious for saying no lah kan. But maybe you can help macam tunjuk how did that process come to be from probably the start, and then how you able to convince them with your solution. Thank you.
Okay, that's a good question. For Aerodynes, if I may share a little bit, I can say that we not started in Malaysia. Like you said lah, the GLC, the agency is very notorious in some way. So we started in Australia when Kamaros have engaged with this some event in Australia in 2015, if I'm not mistaken. And then turns out to be that event is for the drones, and the expectations was the Australian government want to see any potentials of industrial drones or industrial drone. But unfortunately, during that times, all of those companies are hobbyist drone. The only company that came during that times that can be considered as industrial drones was Aerodyne lah. And from there, Australia is our client until today. So to taking your questions just now, it's very hard to penetrate that kind of markets, especially if you do B2B and your target segments are agency or GLCs. So in my case in Synapse 2000 2019 we delivered the job, and from there we engage with the networking, and what we can say during that time here adalah we start from bottom up. That means we know the peoples, and then after that we engage the projects. We prove that we can deliver, and then after that the next project is come in lah. So in my opinion, or in our based on our experience, if your market segments is for agency or GLC in Malaysia, there's only two ways. Either it doesn't work out, or it doesn't work out. Okay. So what does I mean here adalah the possibility untuk dapat tu very thin lah. It's very thin. Unless you have this strategy where you need to invest yourself to prove that you can get small project from the first or two projects. Last time we have another small project with Aerodyne, for example, and we managed to deliver by 2 or 3 weeks. They are so happy, and then they call back us to get to bring more project to us. Same goes for Jacob and whatnot. So this is the situation for Synapse, not Aerodyne. It's a situation for Synapse. So what we know during that time here, we look GLC and agency is like a big people that if they like you, they're going to take you in. So let's start with a very small projects with them, and then after that we are keep engaging with them and keep yourself in the loop. So this is one strategy that we do. And in our case, this is how we able to make ourselves visible lah for our target markets. And there's investments that you need to look into. Definitely, you are going to lose. You are going to rugi dulu. Okay, you are not going to gain. You are definitely akan rugi. Rugi, tapi rugi tu rugi in my sense adalah there's no profit lah. So if you get this project from these agencies, what you do is you need to invest back to the company. Okay, you invest back to the company with zero profit lah. So in fact kadang-kadang negative pun. So this is the hurdles that you need to face lah. This is based on my experience in Synapse, and I believe that most of the company in Malaysia having the same situations. So yeah, I guess that's the strategy that I can share with you if you
okay, if you were to be honest kan, there's no judgmental here ke apa. Is there any like macam you need to assign like a dedicated account man to play golf with them, or maybe things like under the table money ke? Kalau ada, I'm not judging, but just nak tahu the clear picture lah kan. Bukan nak judge, just nak tahu yang sebenarnya.
Ya, sebenarnya sejujurnya kita tak pernah buat benda tu. We draw the line. We are never cross that line. We know that we just limit ourselves in the professionalism. That means kalau kita kenal orang dekat Jacob pun just ada business saja. Yeah, we receive a lot of saying that you need to play golf with them, you need to do this bad things lah, orang kata kan dalam Islam kan, benda-benda yang orang kata we questions our accountability and whatnot, but we never do that, and because we believe that even though we don't do that, we still can manage to survive, because our expectations, we don't want to get $1 million business or $1 billion project during that time. During that time, our focus only to survive to our staff. That means how much that we get from the clients. This is something that we are going to invest. And this is something that we do, and I believe so that Aerodyne do the same thing. That's why we don't go to Malaysia agencies for the first time. We just embark to outside of Malaysia, getting the project there, and then from there we establish. I believe Aerodyne is establishing their fundamentals, their capacities after they receive a project with Australia governments, and from there they look visible. It looks successful, and the other way, these agencies come back to Aerodyne and they ask Aerodyne to get the to compete to the projects lah. So it's all the way around. So to answer your question, yes, maybe there's a company out there that do that such thing. So playing golf, rasuah and whatnot, okay? But we don't believe in that. And Kamarul also share the same concern and the same directions with me. We don't do that, because for us, we have a lot of way to success. And of course, we need to understand that doing business, there's a lot of challenge, and we embrace that. And the thing, like if you ask me during that times, I just managing the risk. I'm not jump into the risk, but I manage the risk. For example, if I have only 2 or 3 staff, so this is the amount that I can pay them. So I'm minimizing some risk of overpaying them, or maybe losing them if we don't get paid and whatnot. So that's pretty much it. I hope that answers your questions. And to be honest, we never do that, and also Aerodyne never do that as well. Yeah.
Okay, terima kasih. Thank you.
Thank you, Haris. Any other questions? Kaichu, I do believe that you are also involved with some sort of drone project right now.
Hello, I am Lee Heng.
Yep.
Hi, Diheng.
Hi, I would like to ask, how do you decide your price that's selling to the companies?
Yeah. Right. We learn by doing. So of course, the first time we rugi, we don't gain anything, but it's ngam-ngam cukup-cukup je untuk bayar staff and whatnot lah. I'm telling you in the experience of CNET lah, I don't know what happened in Aerodyne because I'm not there doing the establishments. But during the establishments, we look the delivery, the costing is based on our humans resources because we are software company, and also plus with costing like rental and whatnot. So as long as we can able to get a project with this kind of amount and we can survive X number of months. So in our case, in the manufacturing industry, so we do POC and we never do free POC for our clients. POC also need to pay, and from that we keep surviving in that way lah. So to answer your questions, the easiest way for you to ask to give the pricing to your clients is looking back to your capacities. This is one thing. So, this is one way. The other way around is you, of course lah, you do this market study and whatnot. The product that available in the market similar like yours, how much the client pay, and then from that you need to do some backward analysis from there, this pricing. So if you lower the price, so what happens to your operations? So at one point nampak macam kacau market lah, tapi yet it's come back to the survival. So the point here adalah make sure that the price that you do, first you need to do the market survey, market analysis, and second you make sure that you're not shooting at your own foot. So everything counts. Your human resource, your rentals, your operational, your capex, your opex, and from there you're able to look. And then this is only one client. Imagine that you have 1, 2 or 3 clients at the same time, or in the on your cycle or CAC, your customer acquisition cost, your cycles. Maybe every 3 months you get 1 client, and every 3 months you get another client. So from there, you can see that how this can help, how this pricing strategy that you put to your product can help you out to survive. So yeah, I guess the legit answer here is based on the market survey. You look on the similar product that offer the same, and in our case we are lucky because there's no local product that can do the predictive maintenance for the machinery in the factory. The only product available in the market is from outside, SAP for example, General Electric for example. They cost a lot for the factory. So from there you can offer much cheaper to your potential clients, and then from then you look back to your company. Am I going to survive this for X number of months? I hope that answers the question. This is the context of B2B lah.
Yes, thank you.
Good afternoon, Doctor.
Yes, good afternoon.
My name is Vijay, and I'm from ActiveTech. So, so at the moment, how do you? I know you have a presence in 35 countries. So, how do you approach an unknown, uncharted territory in foreign countries? Is it purely by knocking the doors, potential client, like you mentioned earlier, or do you go through some third-party agencies to match up with potential clients, or any other ways?
Okay, on that note, this is the perspective of Aerodyne. Okay, for the perspective of Aerodyne, we do partnership. Same goes to Synapse, we do partnerships. So from there, the uncharted regions or uncharted countries, we engage with our client, with our partners lah. And the partners that we engage will become the marketing wing for us and to get the local markets, or they're able to sell our product and services on behalf of us. So this is what we do. Same goes to Aerodyne. Before this, the strategy is quite. I believe that it's a corporate punya strategy lah. That means they are not for us in Synapse we do partnerships, but for Aerodyne they do M&A, merging and acquisitions. Okay, so they look into small company in the locality, and then after that partner slash acquire them, and they become the company that do that that help the company to sell more lah. So they look acquisitions of the company as investments. From us in Synapse, we look the partnerships as the investments. So in your case, yeah, do partnerships. Contact some of your friends there. In Synapse, we start with friends. There's a friends that living in Saudi during that times. They said to me that, hey, there's another relative of mine that want to invest to your company because they look the potentials in the Facebooks. I post Facebook a lot and LinkedIn a lot, and this help us. That's really helped us on the partnerships. We develop the trust of our potential partners through the social media. So I never sell the product in social media, but I'm selling the success story and also the potential, the strength of our company. And from there, we build up the trust to the potential partners. And from there, we establish the first or two projects together. So I hope that will work as well for you too.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you, Vijayan. Yes, so just now I heard there's 3 key points here. Early on, Doctor already mentioned about exit strategies, which is getting acquired by the unicorns, right? So yep. Maybe you can, all of you should have some exit strategies right now. Yep. Then Doctor also mentioned that he never sell anything in social media. But what he always do is actually posting about the project, or maybe about the product, or maybe about the business that he's been focusing on, especially in Facebook and LinkedIn. Right, from that it can build trust to the potential companies, potential partners, potential users. Then also networking. If you go into Dr. LinkedIn, you can see his connections in LinkedIn. I mean, there's can be a benchmark for you how you want to build your network, right, Doctor? Yeah. So, okay. Any other questions? I'm waiting for Kai Chiu because he's focusing on the drones, but then he never asked anything yet. Where are you, Kai Chiu? Do you want to be acquired by Aerodyne or not?
Because we are still very new. Actually, like Dr. Faizal, right? We actually start up as software companies. We are just like let's say we are focused on decision optimizations. That means it's like we're using the mathematical optimizations in the industrial automations, like the manufacturing, logistics, port operations. So yeah, we like resources utilization is how we reduce the times, or how to increase the profit. We use the mathematicals to optimize it, and then we think of maybe what is the best we can, because I currently previously I work in a French companies. We focus on the decision optimization consultancy. But last year in May, I quit my job and start to do my own. So I think, what can I start easier without going to buy my own trucks, have my own warehouse or everything? So I think maybe drones is easier for me, because I can buy a small drone like this and then put in my house, and then I can start doing some optimization stuff with that and provide solution. Right. That's why I start off these ideas. Yeah. So yeah, about exit strategy, actually, I still don't have the idea yet. I mean, it's just a three-month-old ideas.
Okay, right.
Yeah, it actually we start as a software idea, and then we use drone as the equipment, or as the first pathway for us to go out, maybe to another milestone.
Yeah, good. Got it. I believe that your product or services is intangibles, because you are doing these automations, industrial automations, and it's hard for you to tell everyone that this is our product, because you are in the industrial automations. You only can choose numbers, and not all may understand what you are doing. Same goes to Synapse before. We cannot sell anything on besides the services. On that, what we can do is we are selling the things that people may attract to us. Okay, for example, about the success. A small success can be look bigger if we can able to show that we have an impactful thing that we do. For example, you do this optimization on the drones as one of your tools. Something that maybe, for example, conventional drone yang biasa maybe can go battery, for example, battery for example half an hour. And suddenly with your optimizations, with all the setup that you did and the software able to consume less power, you tell the world that using our solutions able to fly the drones maybe an hour or 45 minutes. There's something people may look on the different perspective that your impact is on utilizing or reducing or optimizing these operations. And from there, you use this as a key. You keep posting things that related to this. And in my case, I never have this hard selling. You need to buy this, you need to buy this, you need to buy this. No, most of the times I'm using that something that the value that the clients will require. For example, in our case, you cannot predict the failures before the failures happens. So in our case, we can predict the machines before it's the machine failure before the machine actually fails. So this is something that apa diorang ni buat ni. So from there you can keep promoting what you are doing, because I see you. I believe that you're really passionate in what you are doing. The thing here is you need to channel your patience, something that you really good at, in something value. You need to translate in the form of value to others. And at the same time, you need to look into your market segments. Okay, so if your market segments for the industry, for the Intel, for factory company, understand your potential client, because you need to understand that because you do this factory work and whatnot in the world, factory has 3 tiers. Tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Tier 1 is like the big player, Intel, Schlumberger, and whatnot, and they have this R&D inside their companies. And we have second tier and third tier that require third party or the vendor to come to them and offer something with a good offer, with the good deals, especially in terms of pricing and whatnot. And this tier 2 and tier 3 factory usually rely on grant, on the funding, on the grant for them to survive, for them to embark into new operational innovations that they think that can help on their improving their productivity. So there's a in general, you have two ways to do this. If you go for tier 1 factories or manufacturers, go into the R&D departments. Okay? And from there, you're able to capture, okay, maybe you can start with giving some introduction for your company or your solutions to them, and make friends. Don't forget to make friends. Every time you finish the sessions, and yeah, you still communicating, exchange the business card, and keep communicating with them, even though they are not reply back or whatnot lah. So this is the first thing. And secondly, on the second segments is this company, the second and third tier factory. Definitely you can offer them by knocking their doors and again do this demo and whatnot. And after that, you need to have a very good pricing models for them. For us, our strategy is the POC. The POC, okay? In fact, we have countless POC that we done with the factories, and I believe that not all are successful. Most of them are, I believe that most of them are failures. But failure is also experience, man. So from there, what you can see here from the failure that of the POC, you know that this is not going to do works. This one is going to work, and from there, you can tell the world about your experience, your success. But on the success too, you amplify gila-gila punya. On the failures too, you cerita orang dengan narrative yang berbeza. Narrative dia adalah you should do this, you shouldn't do that. Telling about that, telling the world that you are really experienced on this. So maybe you can do that, and perhaps we can see the results.
Thank you, Doctor.
Right. Sure.
One more question is like last time when the Synapse acquired by Aerodyne, right? It is more like a consulting firms or more like a solution provider. I mean, they have their own platforms to provide. I mean, less on the consulting, more on the is in which way? I mean, like because I also in a consulting business before. I mean, before in a French company, like because we are mostly like 90% we are just consulting. We only have like 10% is have our own like so-called engines we can build on top of that. So I'm just asking is like Synapse is before acquired by Aerodyne is what situations?
Okay, right. That's a good question. Consultancy is another. I consider consultations is a marketing funnels. Is one of marketing funnels. So if we can secure or we can do the networking to our consultations, make friends again to these potential clients, they will call you to do the training first and whatnot. And from there, you try to pitch something that we have these solutions, we can do these SIs, service integrations or solution integrations with you guys and whatnot. So let me tell you, on the Synapse side, we do two things. Pertama adalah customizations. We are really heavily customized based on our client needs. And the second one is integrations. We do integration with the current software that they are doing. So when you go to the clients, you never say that to them, you need to use our software, you need to throw out the software that you have bought. That's not going to be successful because they have bought the software before you came in. The software that they have bought maybe millions, so they are not going to throw out and that. But usually, when they purchase this software, there's some limitations on the software that they want but cannot be offered by the software, or they need to pay additionally. So this is where you come. Your solutions is about integrating with the current solutions. What you can offer is maybe lower price, but you can do more. Okay, but the lower price that you mentioned here, again, never do the decision that can shoot you at your own foot. So make sure that how much the capex and opex that you are going to deliver this for these clients. But don't the bar here is the pricing that those companies that they have engaged, the current product that they have. This is the benchmark for you, and you need to offer a little bit cheaper. It's all about margin tweaking. So I believe, yeah, I guess that will be work.
Thank you, doctor.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kachu. Your question seems like you have interest to get doctor to acquire your business, right? It's not straightforward, but I know what you meant. Okay. So, Aimi, do you have any question? Do you know Dr. Faizal or not, Aimi?
Well, I didn't know that well, but I've read about him before, about Dr. Faizal before.
What do you mean you didn't know him very well? He was actually in UTM for quite some time.
Yes, but at the time tu, masa tu, because I'm in a different, I guess at that time because we were more focused to multimedia, so the what you call the communication was, you didn't reach out too far tau. Tak sempat nak kenal. Not like most probably we would actually, but like lately ni memang actually his doctor's name has been going around UTM a lot lately. So
yeah. So doktor kat sini
in a good way or in a bad way?
In a good way or in a bad way?
In a good way, definitely, because of it.
Doctor, because kat sini we have several UTM's graduates.
Okay.
Including Aimi. So I'm surprised that he doesn't know you. So I have to check back the syllabus in UTMs lah macam ni. Okay, so yeah, Doctor, we also have a very special guest here, Dr. Adib. Dr. Adib, do you have any questions to Dr. Faizal? I know you are being friend quite some time with Dr. Faizal. So we are lucky here. We have two very good entrepreneur here. We have Dr. Faizal, we have Dr. Adib. Dr. Adib, cakaplah sikit bagi dengar suara kat sini. Mana tu? Hilang pula dah Dr. Adib ni. Pemalu orang dia. Okay.
Malu dah, hilang terus.
Alright, so just now from Kaichu.
Thank you, Cik Rizal.
Yes.
Internet saya macam tak apa, okey. Boleh dengar ke?
Yes, clear.
Internet saya macam boleh dengar ke?
Ya, boleh. Ini bila buat online ni macam ginilah, dia punya challenges dia. Okay, so just now daripada Kaichu, from Kaichu questions, there is some points that I've jot down, which is your advice is to keep engaging, update and follow up with your funnel, right? So that's how you keep continuing the business with the potential partners. Then when you mentioned just now, your product itself is customization, able to do customize. So is you also saying that it seems that you want to tell us that look for opportunities, and it's not necessarily have to be big, right? It's just even a customization, a small thing also is good enough as long it can get the buy-in for the potential partners or potential buyers. So it start from small, then later on maybe they rely or they trust your product, then they can get the full version or buy the whole package. But I also have a question. How do you manage the product development and at the same time you try to acquire the market?
Okay, that's a good question. We start with the technical people. We don't get good strength on the marketing part, because I also a technical people in my team. So, but since I'm the co-founder for Synapse, and also I need to make sure that I can bring the food on the table by end of the day, I need to play my another roles, which is really hard for me, which is marketing and do the engagement with the clients. So for the first years, I'm the one who do the marketing and whatnot lah, travel to KL every week, meeting the clients, potential clients, and whatnot. So from there, one thing that you need to do, first thing adalah, because without you doing the marketing, definitely you cannot bring the food on the table lah by end of the day. So one thing that you need to do adalah replicating yourself, cloning yourself. You need to make sure that the stuff that you have right now able to do whatever things that you can do. So we are lucky to have 2 original Synapse staff which just graduated from UITM, and they are in the computer science backgrounds. They have all the knowledge and skills that they gain during their study, but they don't see the directions what they need to do next. So I give them purpose. I give them the opportunity to join us, and also I'm giving them purpose. I'm giving one person to do the back end, another one's for the front end. So from there, while I'm catching up with the clients, at the same time, my technical teams are working back then in my office in Johor, while I'm traveling to KL and whatnot. So to answer your questions, it's all about what redundancy, replicating, and also working in the systems. You need to create the systems. You need to create the systems. Okay. When everything is established, moving forward 2020, we have grown to 10 staff. What happened? Then we adalah mampu sedikit, adalah afford sikit untuk do partnership with our first partner, and they do the marketing, so that I don't have to moving back and forth to get the client and whatnot. So we rely on our partnership to get the clients, and we just execute and we deliver the product accordingly. So this is what we do. And yeah, to answer your questions, it's all about build up your systems. And from there, if you have expanded your company, reach out for partnerships. That will be a good approach. Or if you really like to do the marketing and reach out the client by yourself, it's up to you. Okay. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much it.
Kalau dekat for your overseas client pun, is it the same? Like kira R&D semua dekat Malaysia. You don't have R&D dekat Australia ke apa?
Yep.
You still kat Malaysia lah. The R&D semua. Oh, okay. So, but do you have to, how do you communicate? Macam contoh your Australian client have a new requirement. Do your partners pergi on site and then check apa requirement then report back to you, or you flew one of your guys, or you sendiri ni saja kan nak pergi Australia? Maybe you can elaborate on that.
Usually we do in the most cost effective way. So we just put our partners to engage the clients, get requirements, and bring back to us, and we do the technical things. Of course, tapi kalau boleh pergi travel hari-hari memang syok lah.
Okay, jelas.
Alright, so minimizing the cost, utilize all the manpower.
Doctor, if you may, can you like macam share sikit for Aerodyne and Synapse? Who are your first 5 hires?
First what?
5 hire, 5 orang pertama yang you sama ada employ ataupun tarik jadi partner.
Oh, okay, right. Like I mentioned, we start with 2, Hafizal and Saiful, our our star lah, because they still with us until today, and I see them growing. I mean, growing, not growing vertically or horizontally, but they are. I remember the day once, and I can see that they improve a lot today. One is a back end. Until today, since I give them a purpose for back end, he loves back end so much, and he do really remarkable thing on the back end. The other one is Saiful, and he's like Mike Giver. He's a very genius person. He can do a lot, and but the limitations for him adalah he cannot engage with the client. So I put him in our office, and he just do the projects and whatnot, deliver what the best that he can do, which is the front end. And then along the way, after we get few projects in hand, we see that we need to have someone that able to do this project management. So comes in another person's, Fatiha, and she helped me to become our project manager and also manage these two people lah, Hafizal and also Hanis. Hafizal and Hafizal and Saiful. So and then after we have these projects managed, next there's an issue on our UI. Of course lah, orang technical ni kalau dia buat application memang tengok UI macam nak nangis lah. Okay, so that's where we have Sarah on board. So Sarah is our UI UX to complement the groups in order for us to deliver the product in the most fanciest way. Okay. And then of course we do a lot of AI things, and on that having me alone as a data scientist is very hard lah. So that's where we get two data scientists, Amirul and Hanis, to help me on the juggling with the numbers, with the coding, and also with the AI thing, and also the data science thing and whatnot. So this is the 5 or 6 key members of our company. And then we embark into some special program, getting sponsorship for getting people on board, for example, MyStep. And from there, we keep growing and having more people on board to help out these 6 people that we have right now. And now I can say that our AI people, Hanis and Amirul, they also have their people under them. They mentor those people, and I'm terrified with their performance. And it's all started when I giving opportunity for these 6 people that on board to my company. All of them are fresh grads. They don't have any experience, but I give them opportunity. And once giving the opportunity, and then next I give them purpose. One is front end, one is back end, one is project manager, one is UI UX. 2 of them doing this data science thing and whatnot. I give them purpose, and I believe that once I do that, I can see the productivity is skyrocketing. So the productivity equals to purpose multiplied by opportunity. So I hope that answer your questions.
Okay, clear. But meaning banyak, your first hire ni banyak technical people lah.
Yep.
Except for the project manager tu.
Project manager pun dia computer science. Dia ada buat on the software testing jugalah, QC dan sebagainya.
Macam mana you tahu you ready to hire a new staff or invest in new staff? When do you know?
That's the good thing. I don't know. Frankly speaking, I have no idea. The thing here adalah when we get one project to another, then I say that we need to hire lah to look into my staff right now. Dah banyak sangat kerja hand tight apa semua. Just open up another round of opportunity to others. And alhamdulillah, what I can say that when we open up more opportunity to others, our rezeki lebih luas. So because during that time, so my expectation, I don't want profit. I just want to get project and I want to hire people. I'm every month the happiest day that every month for every month is paying their salaries. So in order for me to make sure that I can pay them is through taking more projects and give the project to them to deliver and pay their salary. So taking your questions, berserah lah kot. In my case, in Synapse, I don't know, when it comes to ready, I guess looking back to the finance perspective and to the project that we are getting, I guess this how we think that this is the right time for us to hire. But again, like Mr. Rizal mentions, everything starts small.
Thanks, Haris. I think you have another question, Haris?
Hi, Assalamualaikum,
Oh,
Doktor.
Izzuddin.
Saya Izzuddin
Waalaikumsalam.
dari Ozel, Senang Berhad. I do AR. Okay, Doktor. Saya nak tanya, how long until you get apa?
Sangkut. Am I the one yang sangkut ataupun?
Sangkut.
I think Izzuddin sangkut. Mungkin boleh tutup video dulu lah.
Yes.
Yes, tutup.
Okay. Boleh dengar ke?
Yes, better.
Alright. How long? How many years you have to take until you get a good profit lah? Sebab you mention just untuk bayar gaji pekerja je sebelum ni kan. As long as dapat bayar gaji pekerja dan dah cukup. So berapa lama? Berapa tahun yang until company get good lah untuk kami?
Okay. We never get profit until today. We never get profit. We are not profitable company, but what we can promise to our investor here adalah fractions. So in the pitch deck that we do to get funding or to get funding in the context of investments adalah we show fractions. Okay, tahun ni kita tunjuk berapa orang kita ada staff dan berapa banyak projek kita dah ada, berapa banyak kita what the revenue that we get. Revenue, not profit, revenue. And then after that, next year, how many people that on board, berapa ramai staff kita dah ada, and berapa banyak pula projek yang kita dah dapat. So again, that dapat tu adalah digunakan untuk bayar orang. So I remember during this 2019, with 70,000 for the whole year. Itu yang duit yang kita bayar untuk staff, rental dan sebagainya. And I never pay for myself until today. Okay, I never pay myself. Okay, so taking that on that, apa yang berlaku adalah we bring this pitch deck to many people and to show that even though we are not profitable, but we are able to get revenues over the years. Okay, so it's all about perceptions. It's all about perceptions that we are going to show, and then after that we getting more investors coming in and invest to our company. Again, this is not profit. This is something that we want to grow the company again. Okay, so and alhamdulillah during that time I still working as my tenure as a senior lecturer, so I don't have to pay myself. I just using my salary as a senior lecturer, taking into account that as a lecturer, we also need to do commercialization. So I'm bringing back to the universities in the form of commercializations punya output lah. Okay? And also along the way, I never apply for any government grant for fund my research. Everything is on the revenue that we get from the client that we get. So to answer your questions, profitables, yeah, I guess after being acquired, the amount that Aerodyne pay to me personally to purchase the equity. During that time, I'm holding 80% of the company equity. So Aerodyne's purchased 70. So now today I only have 10% for Synapse, and from that exchange, from that 70%, they Aerodyne pay to me, and I believe that that's the profit that I can consider as profit for myself lah. Okay? So everyone has different journey. I can say this is my journey. This is how I take it as profit. But maybe in your case or other people's case, the revenue will become your profit if you pay your own, for your own salary. Yeah, it depends on how you define it. So in my case, my intentions of open up a business is just to open up more opportunity to people, make it to establish a job creations, to create jobs for others, and every time we get the projects, I'm going to pay to my staff. So it's like the OPEX lah, that we are rolling the money for the OPEX only. Yeah, I guess the profit only gets by end of the year lah, bila audit report apa semua kita buat, and ada duit lagi lah rupanya, something like that lah. So and from there that money is carry forward again for rolling back to our staff and whatnot. So that's pretty much it. I hope that answer your questions.
Kai Chu, you have a question? Just now you raised your hand.
No. I just directions.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Doctor. So some of the key points is refer back to Haris' questions. When is the right time to hire? Well, when you become an entrepreneur, sometimes it's not just about the money that you have or the data that you currently hold. It's all about guts. Right? Yes. So when it's about time you hire, so you just hire. So if once you get a project, you hire. Then it's not necessary. If you keep following or looking back into your account, so it's always never enough lah. And it's always never enough. And then of course everyone have a different journey. Like for you, Doctor, you mentioned that your profit is when you've been acquired by Aerodyne. But yeah, we will never know, right? So it can be your first year you get your profits, or you can get a profit second years. But just look at Uber themselves have never been a profitable companies, right? Yeah. But they also consider as a unicorn and then being in IPOs. So well, yeah,
that's a formula. By the way, as an add-on, Mr. Rizal, that's a formula. If you want to grow, you are not going to profit. That's the formula. And I had this experience firsthand. Memang kalau you plan to grow, jangan fikirlah untuk profit.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the formula. Yeah.
Kita bukan, we're not opening a restaurant kan, kedai makan ke, Kelantan ke kan. So kita tak buka kedai makan. So kedai makan, yes, we can look into a profit kan. By end of the day we nampak profit. But with this kind of tech startups, tech companies, profits is a long way to go. But like Doctor mentioned, that you can see the company grows by hire more people, get more projects, you provide the traction to your investors. Right? That's how you sum up your marketabilities lah.
Correct.
All right. Okay. So anyone have other questions? So we have Vijayan here. Vijayan, you have other questions?
No, at the moment.
Yeah. Hanafi, do you have any other questions? Just now mana si Zul? Zul pun dah hilang. Okay. Alright. So Doctor, just last questions from me lah before we sum up. We wrap up our sessions. The market, when you mention the marketabilities, right? You are saying that you have to clone yourself. You have to multiply yourself. Basically, you are the founders. You knows about your product in and out, and you are the one who doing the marketing. So, what is your preparation for you to go out there and promote your products? Because you can't expect your technical staff to do that for you, right? Because they have no idea. They may work for you, they may know about the product, but they can't answer all the questions. But you as a founder, you know about the product in and out, right? So what is your preparations to go out there to present to your potential partners, your potential investors, your present to market? So what is your preparation? I mean, in terms of the product, in terms of yourself, mental, physicals. So macam mana tu, Doktor?
Okay, I guess the preparation that you mentioned here is on the motivation aku
Yeah, I don't know, Doctor. Maybe it's a motivation part, right? Because for me, is just a knowledge, which is maybe other people, the participant can make it as a guideline for them, because they need to sell their products later on. And
okay, all right. I can say this in a two way, like intangibility and tangibility. The intangible part is motivations lah. Why I need to travel to KL, JB, back and forth every week? Because I believe in my staff, in my team. So I'm playing my roles in order for our team can get projects and can deliver and get revenue out of that, and can able to pay their salaries and whatnot. So my motivations during that times adalah the happiness of
sangkut. Hang. Hello, Doctor.
tangible part lah. So on the tangible part adalah I need to prepare pertama sekali adalah the deck and the demo, as well as the preparations for you to show the potential clients how you able to pick the money from their pocket. So that means you need to prepare yourself on the deck, on the demo, or something that you want to make sure that you can convince your clients or potential clients we're going to onboard to you as your clients. So this is the strategy for B2B again, because Aerodyne is mostly B2B, and Synapse started and ending dia dekat B2B juga. So from there, on the preparation part here adalah on the deck preparations, you need to find a way to do a better way for you to put the right informations on your deck. For example, like Kai Chui, on mom.com ni, I just found your slide in the LinkedIn, and yeah, it's too wordy. It's very hard for me to understand from the blink of my eye lah. So this is something that we need to learn on how we able to show the clients about the deck rather than they need to read the deck. So client, you need to understand by default dia malas. The client by default dia malas. Okay. The potential clients by default dia malas. Dia malas nak baca, dia malas nak tahu, dan you akan attract dia punya attentions. So you need to prepare yourself in the pitch punya skills, that preparation punya skills, and also on the demo dia punya readiness. And first thing first, you need to understand your potential clients. Kalau client you buat agriculture, what the pain point that they having right now, what you can offer to them, what the value that you want to offer to them. So this is something yang orang kata the main thing that mesti ada dekat dalam you punya pitch deck and whatnot lah. And remember on the B2B, the last thing that I can share with you adalah on the part of B2B, the clients want you because they like you. That's it. It's not about your product, it's not about the service. When it's come to B2B, the clients want you because they like you. Because our client mostly are returning clients, Petronas, Jacob, Ida. So they are all returning clients. Tahun ni dia orang buat projek yang kita orang, tahun depan another project. So that's another thing that you need to keep in mind lah. Okay, we have Haris here. Do you have questions?
If you dah habis tadi, I want to ask one final question lah. But if you tak habis lagi tadi, maybe you can finish the answer.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Dah finish lah. Carry on.
Boleh tanya one last question Cik Rizal? Boleh Okay.
Boleh.
Just want like to get from your sharing lah kan. Probably you can share sikit what was the moment yang paling down lah for you masa kat Synapse or Aerodyne. Lepas tu how do you overcome that period? Thank you.
Okay, there's a moment that we cannot pay the salary 2 months, 2 bulan tak bayar salary. Okay, there's a really orang kata rock bottom lah. I have no money to pay their salaries, none, zero. Dalam account negative. Okay, so yet what happened, because bukannya tak ada projek, tapi projek tu klien lambat bayar, biasalah. Okay. And one thing yang kita nampak kat situ adalah our staff, kalau dia memahami, dia akan stay. And even though 2 bulan tak bayar gaji, all of my staff still stay with us until today. Okay, so it's about belief. Are they believing on you, and are you believed on them? So I really I can say that terhutang budi lah dengan diorang. Saya cakap dengan diorang, I owe you all a lot lah. So because without them, there's no Synapse, definitely. So to answer your questions, yeah, that's the worst moments in my life as the entrepreneur lah. Jadi phobia.
Berarti in the end, the client bayar lah.
Yes, dia bayar, kita bayar gaji, siap dengan bonus sekali.
I see. Patut you kena hire ni lah, Ahlong apa untuk kerja klien.
Yeah, then we have these management teams, BD teams that help us to catch the client lah.
Just now, Doctor, you mentioned that your repeat client is Petronas, IRDA, right? This one is under Synapse, right?
Yep.
Okay, all right. So that lah, I just repeating your existing clients. Manalah tahu yang current participant ni, they well aware that you have connection with IRDA and Petronas. It can be their potential clients juga lah kan.
Betul. It's all about networking lah.
Yeah, networking. Build your network. Okay. All right. I think it's about ends. It's almost 4:30, and it's also going to be a thunderstorm outside. It's going to be heavy rain. I think many of us, kalau boleh nak balik awal lah kan. Are you in Cyberjaya, Doktor?
No, I'm in JB.
Oh, you're in JB. Okay, alright. Dengar tu, siapa yang kat JB? Doktor dia ada kat JB. Okay. Alright. So boleh, you can actually learn a lot from Doctor because he's have the whole round of experience, which is become an entrepreneur. Company has been acquired. Complete set. Dah ada dah. Kan, dah complete set dah tu. So boleh belajar dengan doktor ni macam mana nak cari klien, macam mana nak close the deals, right? And how you survive during the low time, right? Yeah, doktor pun just mention that during the downtime, rock bottom 2 bulan tak ada gaji, and still staff dia still sampai sekarang loyal lagi dengan Synex. Now dah been acquired by Aerodyne, 70% share by from Aerodyne itself. So dah making profit dah. So I can say that it's a full circle of entrepreneur of startups when by the end you've been acquired. Thank you so much, Doctor, for coming to our sharing sessions. We really appreciate it, and hopefully all the participants have learned and put notes or write down your notes on Doctor sharings or experience. Can have a guidelines lah. But again, as entrepreneur, sometimes you just have to follow the guts, right? Okay. There's before we end the sessions, maybe everyone can open your video. Let's take a group photo. Okay, those who tak pakai tudung lagi boleh pakai tudung, yang tak pakai kopiah boleh pakai kopiah, right? Siapa lagi? Okay. Alright, in 3, siapa lagi yang nak buka kamera? Liheng ke Amir, Carol, Amirul?
Sorry, desktop saya tak ada kamera.
Lah, Liheng. Muka dah handsome, kamera rosak pula. Okay, tak apa, Liheng. Alright, okay, in 3, 2, 1, smile. Alright. Okay, thank you so much everyone. Thank you so much Doctor, and thank you so much to Dr. Adib to be part of these sharing sessions.
Alright, thank you everyone. All the best.
Thank you.
Alright, thank you.
Thank you, Doctor.
Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
Thank you, Doctor.
Salam.
Alright, assalamualaikum.